Munchi, DJ Munchi, DJ Munchi!
Baile funk, you know, people saw that baile funk was like getting a hype, and then people tried to copy that and like to get the vibe of it, but they didn't really like study it. Like they didn't really listen to what it was. They just looked at it from an outside perspective. They're a house producer, for example, and they are making it as a house producer. You first gotta go in their world because it's their music, so you gotta go in their world. So if you go in their world and then you go back, and when you have that knowledge, you got the elements, and like when you actually study their music and when you got everything that you need, then you can have the opportunity to like mix shit together. I have a lot of drum and bass productions, but I'm not putting that out because that would be disrespectful. You know, I don't have the knowledge enough yet to make it. But I have the knowledge enough to mix it with other genres. So for example, I mix the drum and bass now with Moombahton, like I call it Moombacore, because everybody now is making Moombacore, but the Skrillex type of way, you know? Like it's really aggressive, but also with like the big melodies and whatever the fuck, you know. And I was like, okay, that's all right if you do that, but it's not the way that I want to do it, you know. So I tried to find another way, and like I was always a big fan of skull step, and I was thinking like, what if I could mix skull step with Moombahton? And I had an opportunity to do a remix for Skrillex. And I had the opportunity to do a remix for Noisia. And basically, you know, I could have done everything with those remixes, but I took the opportunity to make something different. You know, I took the opportunity to put that skull step, Moombahton type of vibe in. Like, that was a big risk. Like, people either really liked it or people really didn't like it. But that is, you know, risks that you have to take, because if not, like, you just have this fucking mediocre, like generic type of stuff that you know comes out and doesn't like challenge people, you know, to like hear something different, you know.
Killer.
I'm basically a music nerd, you know. I really like to dissect and like get the elements from music. I try to see what their inspirations were and whatever. If you think about it, DJ Blas and Playero, for example, were the first people that did Moombahton. Back then, in like 90s and like the early 2000s, they were doing the reggaeton house mixture, but they didn't know how to make the synths and whatever. They were sampling it and rearranging it. And now we have the second generation, which is doing Moombahton, who actually know how to make the synths, who know how the progress of house is, and you know, can mix reggaeton and house properly, you know. And it's because of them. So I was like, yo, let's make something together. And then we made something together, and then we had all these reggaeton artists as well. They were down to do it. So I'm really fucking excited for this project. It's like a dream come true, yo, like for real.